Okay, Pony asks, I am no one. I never felt a sense of self. Maybe that was right, feeling like I am this person. This is what I am going to do with this life. This is what I am about. This is the impact I'm going to have on the world. Is all an illusion? Is there anything point making anything? Is there any point making anything? Making art, making music? How do you live knowing it's all an illusion? So this is when non-duality is interpreted mentally, because you think that the ego is what is doing and what is acting. So you're asking, how do I live my life? How do I do? When you really see this, it's doing happens. You know, you come back to the I am, and from that place of I am, that place in between nothing and everything, doing happens. Urges in the character's world appears to create art, to write, to sing, to have children, to make art, to go to the toilet, to eat your food, to clean the house, or not to clean the house, to spend money, to not spend money. The person thinks it's all about them, that they act, and that when they're acting, it's a story. So I make art because I want to be rich and famous and successful, and then they have an image of themselves of who they're going to be in the future and what that's going to give them. So rather than this acting from this no place, from your innocence, from your true self, there is an acting from an idea of yourself that lives in stories and says, I do this because of that. I am good because of that. I am bad because of that. I make art because of that. There is no point to this. The point, I can understand why that arises in human language and in human thinking and in the ego, but in a way, of course, everything's pointless. Like, why a plant? Why light? Why a world? Why a planet that spins around the sun? But the human is programmed to be a human, like the dog is programmed to be a dog and the bird is to sing. So the body has its urges to go to the toilet. The body has its urges to sing, to be in communion. So maybe you could try Pony, just sitting there and acting from your heart, from the sense of I am, waiting for an urge to arise from that place rather than your intellectual interpretation. I don't know, another way you could do it is, I used to practice 5 rhythms. There was a big 5 rhythms community in London and I loved it. And it's like one of the biggest practices, I think, in 5 rhythms, although I'm no expert on it, is letting the music dance you rather than you dancing to the music. So it's like you listen to the music and you let it move your body. Maybe you can try that. You put on music and let the music move your body rather than, you know, going from what you've been taught or what you know or what you want to look like. Yeah. And then the practice, I think, of 5 rhythms is to then bring that into your day-to-day life. Like that freedom of expression. Pa, pa, pa.